Good evening and welcome back to the Mancunian way, where we're going to talk everything Real Madrid. We will touch upon the FA Cup draw later on in the show, but we have two amazing guests with us. Tone, as you all know, and his ugly curtains are back.
Eddie, I didn't choose them. But
They didn't come from next. Came from TK Maxx, then.
No, I think they are next, you know. There must be a label on it. I'm going to look. I think they are actually next. Thank you very much.
Barak, who has come from Let's Be Real podcast, who I was just on with Mohammed and Jacob, top channel. Go and show them a lot of love over there. Really good channel. Been on it now for the last couple of years. And always a pleasure to go on. Hopefully, I'll be on for the second leg as well. Think we're going to sort something out for that. I know Faruk was on last night with Big Steve talking about it. So, yeah, this is becoming a bit of a annual tradition now.
Yeah.
Play Real Madrid. We'll just get some hellos out of the way. I know LB is live at the same time and people are putting you're going to be back and forth. I know. I did set up first. Just saying. I'm joking. Yeah. So we'll get into it. But hello, Linna, Connor, Tony's in the building, as we know. Toxin, Andre Albert is with us as well. Dash, Connor. Who else is with us? Loads of people. Keela, Sean, Cather, Manchester is with us. There's loads of people in tonight. The ever-reliant Blue Heart is with us. Big night. Come on, the 12th man. Ed is with us. Big up, Ed. Fee is with us. Hello, everyone in the chat. You want to see what Tom's been saying about you, Fee?
What?
Sarah, good evening. Adam Quinn, I am not signing Chris Wood. Cade, good evening. I'm just going to start some of the lineups. So we'll start with our guest. Oh, you're not a guest, you're part of furniture. We'll start with Faruk. How are you feeling, mate? I know you probably taught this to death over the last 24 hours. How are you actually feeling about this?
It's been crazy, speaking to you guys and having insights, while Martin was on our channel just a couple of, minutes earlier, actually I was on, with Big Steve on, the South Sun channel as well, so and then yesterday we had, one with him on our channel as well. So it's just been, Real Madrid, against Man City. That's been what's been dominating, and, as I was saying to, Tone earlier, it's it's a game that I really do not know how I am feeling about, honestly. I would not lie to you. Like in the past, we've had games where, we know what to expect from City and what to expect from Real Madrid. But right now we're going into this game and, it's City are literally, not the best. We literally right now do not have, senior center backs, in our squad right now. So it's honestly, I really don't know what to feel. I just, hope we can get through. I don't really care what the football looks like, as long as, come the round of 16, we're there. And it's not Man City, I'm fine.
Yeah. So?
Yeah. Everyone keeps saying, Real Madrid have got injuries at the back, which they have. We've got our own fitness problems. Although the names are there, I'm not sure how many of them are actually fit at the moment. So am I confident? Sort of. Maybe. It's really, really tricky to read this one. I think both teams have got issues at the back. It could be 4-4 tomorrow. The way City are defending, I've not seen an enormous amount of Real Madrid, just going by what other people have said in the lead up and with their injuries at the back. But City, both teams are more than capable of scoring and creating chances against each other. So it could be an absolute classic of a game over 2 legs. And they are these two teams nobody wants to play. We don't particularly want to play Real Madrid at this stage. They won't want to play us at this stage. I think maybe only Bayern Munich are the other one you'd probably want to try and avoid. But it's the massive, big round of the tie. It's worthy of a final. World-class players. It's going to be brilliant. I think it should be a really good and probably high-scoring game, although it'll probably be 0-0 now. Both legs.
I mean, like I was discussing on Let's Be Real, it was, like you just said, Real Madrid have no defence. So you've just got their defence back.
Mm.
There was an open training session today. Nico Gonzalez did train. I know TNT have put out their tweet that he's doubtful, but he was stretching, running, he was doing everything. Yeah. So I do think Nico Gonzalez will play. I think at worst it'll be a painkiller injection and out you go. I believe that. I do. I was talking about that earlier about painkiller injections this year. All of our backline have had painkiller injections this year. And you know what? I mean, I've listened to both interviews. I've listened to Real Madrid and I've listened to Sarah. And I've listened to everyone. And all I've noticed for 10 minutes of reading everyone's interviews, it's like the Respect Appreciation Society. They've all talked about big up each other. They've talked about each other's managers, how they love. It's like, where's the needle? There's no needle in this game at all at the minute. Everyone's loving each other. It's like a big loving.
Bring up the Ballon d'Or. That will spice things up.
That got mentioned, and Ancelotti just went, "Yeah, we're still in agreement with it." There was no needle at all. It was just all happy clappy.
Martin, actually, I think now we're at the point where, the whole, jokes about Man City and the empty hat and all that. It's on the back burners right now because, these two teams are the 4 finalists for the last 4 finals of the UCL, the last 3 winners. And it's literally, history tells us that for the last 4 years to win this competition, you have to beat either Real Madrid or Man City. You understand? So because of that, you understand, playing City now, it's now at the level that you play Bayern Munich. It's at the level that you play Liverpool. It's at the level that you play United in the past. It's at the level that you play the Inter Milan. So you kind of understand that, going to the Etihad, you have to attach some level of respect to that. You have to know that you're going to go, into a big game. And, big game recognizes big game. You just have to respect that. That's just the truth. With all due respect, I'm not here bantering with Arsenal fans who've never won shit in their life, so that's just
don't, because they'll all come after me. They'll all come after that. They're a special lad. See, now, I mentioned this, Matteo, on the podcast earlier with the lads. I talked about Madrid's front three. And I said, when I look at Rodrigo, I look at Vinna, and I look at Mbappé, and they came back with basically 3 wingers. And you're not scoring a lot at the moment. You're not putting. Now, obviously, I don't watch Madrid week in, week out, but there's this belief from City fans that they look at that front three and they're terrified. They're like, no, you're going to score 8. But when I was speaking to Jacob and Mohamed, they were like, no, we've got that front three, but they're not converting at all. So I thought you might want to explain it a little bit better, because some City fans are really scared tomorrow.
So actually, the issue is this, like, it's not about the lack of scoring, but I think, we have what we call the eye test, right? So we can go by stats and look at it and be like, oh, Kylian Mbappé scores every 100 minutes, scores or assists every 100 minutes. I think he has 24 goals and 3 assists, or 22, 23, I'm not sure. But these are the numbers, like 100 minutes, every 100 minutes, he has a goal contribution, you understand? It's not a bad return for a player who's just joined a new team. Vinicius Jr., I think, has like 18 goals and around 9 assists or something like that. So when you look at the stats table, the sheet shows the numbers, you understand? The sheet tells us that these guys have something, like they're contributing. But when you take the eye test, when you sit and watch Real Madrid, you see that there's a level of disconnect, in this team. Like, it's not the teams of the last year or the yesteryear where, you could see a lot of connections. I mean, if you guys remember last year at the Bernabeu, like, we had 2 left wingers in Vinicius and Rodrigo, and the connection was phenomenal. They played really, really well. But right now, we're not seeing those connections between either of the front three. This is what, we Real Madrid fans are like, oh, there is a problem here or there. But the issue is this, that we should never forget that Carlo Ancelotti in the second stint at Real Madrid has never been a very team-oriented, kind of coach, at least in the second stint. It's been a more individualistic rather than the collective. It's totally against what you guys have with City, where like there is no one who is bigger than the team. But for Real Madrid, it's always been about moments. It's always been about seconds. I always go back to the the story that Steve always tells us, that in 22, he was like, oh, we're 2 minutes away from going to Paris, and then literally 90 seconds later, he's planning to go to Blackpool with his family. This is just the gist of it. So that's the thing, like Real Madrid, rather than of the collectives of the link up play between the front three, we're seeing individual bursts of brilliance from these players. In a certain game, it's Vinicius Jr. In a certain game, it's Rodrigo. In a certain game, it's Jude Bellingham. In a certain game, it's Kylian Mbappé. So this is I think what the guys were trying to allude to earlier, Martin, is the fact that we are not finding this synergy that we saw in the past with Benzema and Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo, or that we saw in the past with Cristiano Ronaldo, Gabriel, and Karim Benzema. But right now, we are seeing just 3 individual attackers who burst into life in certain moments. No, you wouldn't say that this is a game where Real Madrid's front three, or front four, if we include Jude, are clicking. I don't think it's happened this season. But what you can say is that either 2 of them or 1 of them are doing, they're having, a good game. And this is the thing, like, this is what Real Madrid, it's at least in this second stint, it's about the fact that we're a team of individuals. And we have this very best individuals. Because when you look at this front three, they're no strikers, all wingers. You cannot count 5 attackers in the world and not include this front three. So this is the point right now, is that even just having one of them spark into life in that individual burst of moment, is enough to get us over the line. And especially when you consider how fragile City has been this season. We watched the game against Arsenal, it's 1-1. And after a while, Arsenal scored another one. And all of a sudden, it's like, you guys say, in England, the London buses, 1 comes, you're waiting for 1, 5 comes at once. So I think this is one thing that's really interesting for us as Real Madrid fans, as always, the fact that if we can get that 1 goal against City, that moment of individual brilliance that comes in little sparks, if we can sustain that for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, we might be able to get 2 goals, 3 goals, in a very short span, similar to what Liverpool did to you guys in the past. You understand? So I think that's something to look out for. While the team hasn't clicked, the individuals have shown flashes of brilliance on different occasions.
Well, Fias there, and I'll get your opinion on this, Tone. Do you think Mbappe's introduction has been negative in terms of your dynamic play, in your overall play?
So far, I'll say yes. I mean, I say that with heavy heart, but yeah, this is just the unfortunate reality, because I was of the belief in the summer that, the addition of Kylian Mbappé is going to, push us into the next level, like just literally like be almost invincible. And, it's been not the case, honestly. Like, we've watched a lot of bad football this season, honestly. I think these are some of the worst football I've seen in the last, 18 to 20 months from the Real Madrid's perspective. But of course, like, we're first in the league. We're still, with a shout of reaching the round of 16. So it's not all doom and gloom, but, considering what we were last year and how, we found the ease of, dispatching certain teams, This year it's not been so, because this year, like all the big teams we've played, we've literally struggled. We played in Milan, we lost in Madrid, by the way. We played Dortmund, we were 2-0 down at halftime. We had to come back, Vinicius' moment of individual brilliance, a hat-trick, we won that game. We played Liverpool at Anfield, we got literally smashed. It could have been worse, We played 2 games against Barcelona, we considered 9 goals. We played Atletico Madrid, we haven't won against them. So like when you look at these big games, the games that, Real Madrid lives for, which is the bread and butter of Real Madrid in the past, is that they always show up in the big games. So far this season, we haven't showed up. You understand? We haven't showed up in those games. So this is, that's why I would say, like, for now, I would say, yes, it has affected, the dynamic negatively.
Yeah, no, spawn. I'm just going to do these very quickly. Darth, thank you for your £2, mate. Hashtag Chris Wood City soon. Nope. No. Chris Wood's going to Real Madrid. I haven't told you that yet. I'm going to Real Madrid. Yeah. So what it is, I'm not a Chris Wood fan. So everyone winds me up saying that Chris Wood signing the same.
I see.
He's on fire. Except Real Madrid need a striker.
Exactly, man. I mean,
5 years old, behave.
Man, bro, come on. He has 17 goals in the league, man. In the Premier League with 17 goals, man. He's gonna tear it up in La Liga, man.
Sean Goat should have double figures in the Premier League. Real Madrid aren't buying Sean Goat in his pomp, so never mind. So thank you for your very generous gifted memberships. And if you have been gifted a membership of Tone, please say thank you, as we always do. And Bella has renewed for 21 months, which is an absolute nearly 2 years, mate. Thank you so much for your loyal support. And as always, you made someone very happy.
More than you believe. More than you believe, I'm happy.
So go on, Sean. I'm going to ask you the same question. How are you with that front three? When I mention to you Rodrigo, Vinny Jr., Mbappé,
I shit myself. The problem is, the problem is, as you were saying that about Real Madrid, they're sort of bubbling along. They're not quite at it at the moment. City the same. This is the perfect game. This is the perfect tie for both of these teams to put a marker down and say, right, we haven't been that good. I mean, Real Madrid are top, to be fair, like you said, but we haven't played anywhere near our best. Both teams could probably say that. And this is the game to say, but now this is where we're at, and this is where we're going to be from here to the end of the season. And when I see that front three of Real Madrid, it's frightening how good that could be, because Mbappe's top talent. It's interesting with him because, like with Paris, they never look that good. And it's not just on him, but they never look that good for the names that they had. Real Madrid are perhaps not looking that good for the names that they have. And I'm not saying it's his fault, but it definitely appears to affect the dynamic. When we played Paris a couple of weeks ago and got smashed, that's the best I think I've seen Paris play in probably ever, I think. And that includes when they had Mbappe and all these other ones, like Messi and all the rest of them. So to answer your question, their front three is brilliant. And if that clicks, we're in big trouble. And a big worry is Vinicius up against probably Nunez, maybe a Kanji.
Won't be Nunez. It won't be Nunez. It will not be Nunez.
You say that.
No.
You say that.
If it's Nunez, I am leaving the ground.
If it is Nunez, then there's a massive worry. I agree. I think it'll probably be a Kanji.
If it's Nunez, there's more than a massive worry.
But the concern is Nunez was rested at Leyton Orient, totally.
No, stop. I will remove you from the stream if you keep telling me Nunez is playing right wing back for Manchester City tomorrow night.
If he does, I'm going to be ringing you tomorrow. I tell you, if he's in that bloody lineup. So that's a massive concern. On the other side, Guardiola's terrific. He's been one of our best players. So I'm not so worried about, I say this, and Rodrigo going bang a bloody hat-trick in. But Diaz has to play and will play. He'll play, and I suspect it'll be John Stones with him, which is, when they're fit, our best centre-back pairing. So if City play a Kanji, Stones, Diaz, Guardiola across the back, I'll have a lot more confidence in the team and up against that Real Madrid front three. But the Real Madrid front three is terrific. It's brilliant. And Mbappe's a top player. He's just waiting for that spark. And Is some of it on Ancelotti, do you think? Do you think that's possibly the way he's playing him? Or?
I'm not the biggest Mbappé fan. I'm not going to lie. I'm not. I never have been.
I'd say this, for me personally, like the summer where Haaland joined you guys, I wanted Real Madrid to get Haaland then because, like, of course, everyone knows, the whole open flirtationship between Kylian Mbappé and Real Madrid for the whole, 4 years before he eventually joined. So we missed that on Erling Haaland because I feel like Haaland was a better fit for us than Kylian Mbappé is. And the reason why I say so is that the form of Vinicius Junior, the way Rodrigo was playing, we needed a number 9 through the middle. So, to answer your question, Tone, like, it's not about it's not about Ancelotti or lack thereof. It's just the fact that, like, you have 3 players that are literally similar.
Style of play.
You have 3 identical players. So how do you shoehorn all 3 of them into the same position? It's literally impossible. So someone has to adjust and retool themselves. Rodrigo, to some extent, has readjusted, but Kylian Mbappé is just joining this team. You understand? And as you mentioned, he's coming from Paris. It's a whole different league. And also, in my opinion, I believe that by staying at PSG for too long, without disrespecting anyone, I felt like he stunted his growth because the league in France doesn't just give you that exposure of the ability to retool yourself as much as playing in Spain or playing in England or in Germany does. Those are different leagues. But anyways, I feel like that stunted his growth a bit. And right now he's 25. He's trying to readjust his style of play to adapt to accommodate Vinicius. I mean, he's coming and joining a Ballon d'Or contender in Vinicius Junior. It's not like he's coming to the team and joining a bunch of nobodies as well. So the left hand was already occupied by a Ballon d'Or contender, so he had to readjust to the center of the park, and he's slowly retooling his game and learning how to adapt to the team.
Yeah, I mean, people asking will Doku play tomorrow? I'm doubtful. I think he'll be on the bench. We'll go through the lineups in a bit. Diaz and Guardiola alongside Stones and Ake. That's what I think it'll be. That line will be.
Not a Kanji.
Nope. I'm putting Stones right back tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it depends. Is a Kanji fit? That's the one. Is he's not been fit for months.
No, that's why I'm not playing him. I'm not playing. See, the only one I'd have is I'd have Kushinoff maybe at right back. Because the one thing I will say, and you'll like this when I say this, I'm telling you now, he had a little bit of shithousery like Sergio Ramos when he played Leyton Orient the other day. He was like, they were kicking us. And when Ramos used to go in and go, I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
He was a proper old school, like, shithousery centre back that I loved from him when he was doing it.
He was.
I know Ed doesn't want to play the youngster because he's like, don't want to play a youngster against Real Madrid. But it's saying that, I've always said it, we bought these players for a reason. These players just
well, yeah, I thought he was man of the match. I know it's
at the end of the day, mate, we've spent 30 odd million on him. Play him.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't start him tomorrow if I'm honest, but he was arguably man of the match at Leyton Orient. Yes, I know they're League One
team. Can I just pull you up on that? So you just said it once. I did this with Ed the other day. I know Ed said to me, I don't start him till Spurs on the 26th. That's nearly 3 weeks. I would be disappointed if we spent 50 million on a player we're not playing in any big games.
What are you pulling me up for? Ed said
No. Just I'm saying in general.
What are you telling me off for some Ed said?
No, because you're thinking the same. You are.
No, I'm not.
If we've spent this money, play him. Play him.
Newcastle, maybe. Not that Newcastle is an easy game. That's bloody tough as well. But maybe that one, I just wouldn't throw him in against Real Madrid right now because we have options. I would much rather go with that 4 or Ake with the 5, not playing 5. You know what I mean? There's 5 defenders there that I would put in front of him for this game. If he starts tomorrow, that is a huge... I would say it's a shock, to be honest, if he does with everybody else fit back there. I mean, that I would be surprised if he starts. And I'm saying that on the back of a man of the match performance. I thought he's really, really good. But no, not for this one. No, not tomorrow. And I get what you're saying, but it's the same with Victor Heiss, or however you pronounce his name. I thought he looked good in the main at the weekend, but he's not going to be. Oh no, he can't anyway, can he? He's not in the squad, is he? He's not in the Champions League squad. Victor Heiss, I don't think. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, I'll move on from him. But yeah, I don't think Kusanov, or however you pronounce that one as well, will start. No, I don't think he will. Newcastle maybe.
Each game as it comes is just as important, Johnny Ben. Both are just important. We're not going to relax against your lot the weekend. I know that's what you're thinking. We're going to relax. We won't do. We won't do them. Sparkus has a question. Rodrigo. Oh no, he asked a question for you, and he's answering it to somebody else. Let me find it. He has asked you a question. I want to be respectful enough to answer it to you. Where's he gone with it?
He's not deleted it, has he?
I don't know. I'm not far behind in the comments. I don't know where he's actually put it. Sparkus, if you can put it again, mate, that'd be great. I mean, I'm going to ask you a question about your backline. Obviously, all your defenders are out.
Yeah.
Every single one, even Rudiger's out, which Blue Art has said is a massive. I think it's a massive plus. I think KDB will be happy Rudiger's out. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's your backline tomorrow, and how do you solve it? Because I had this debate with Mohammed and Jacob earlier. We were talking about that you've got the same issue we've had as a fan base. You're sat there going, you've got your good young academy players coming through. And what you're doing is, because this is what I've always said, everyone thinks they're just going to chuck academy players in. And I've said managers will stick square pegs in round holes before they do that.
Yep, sure.
And the fan, you're doing the exact same thing right now.
That's true, 100%. And that's the thing, like if anyone knows Carlo Ancelotti, even from his time in England as well, he always has a 14, 15-man squad, which is what he trusts, and outside of that, literally like he'll, freeze over before he tries anybody out of that. And that's what's happening literally right now. And, even we can see with Chouameni playing as a center back when there were even options, from the academy that, very promising options, but like, we choose to even not go with them. And right now we're facing, that problem. Even, we played Leganes in the midweek and we could see like one of the defenders was called, from the academy, Yacoub Ramon, and he struggled a lot, and that's the issue when you throw these guys into, as you guys were talking about with Kushnov as well, like when you throw these guys into the deep end at once, like you need some bedding in time, you need some time to fit, I'll even give you guys an example on your side. Your Ballon d'Or winning midfielder, Rodri, when he came, he wasn't a direct starter. It took a while to adapt to, to what was expected from him, what the Premier League looks like and all of this. And eventually now you can see he's a Ballon d'Or winning midfielder, you understand? So these things require time. Players need to bed in. Players need to, understand the process of what it is. But unfortunately, like we're not providing this. And I mean, I don't think Real Madrid is all about this. And Carlo Ancelotti is not about that as well, The management, I felt, in my opinion, have sold Carlo Ancelotti short. But one of the reasons why Carlo actually came back to be the manager of this team is because he's one of the few managers who would not throw a fuss if he wasn't given a defender in January. Because we were just a couple of days out of January transfer window, right? We could have gotten a centre back, but we didn't. You understand? But Carlo is not going to throw a fuss about that. He's just going to, continue with what he has. So for our defense, it's going to be quite unfortunate. We're going to have to play, Chouameni as a centre back. We're going to have to play, Asensio, who literally 2 months ago didn't even know what's going to happen to him, also as a centre back. And then we're going to have to play our best midfielder as a right back in Fede Valverde. It's quite unfortunate, but it is what it is. You guys also don't have the best, as well. Like some of your players are just coming back, some are still out injured, and it's quite, it's not looking too good, honestly.
Well, when you're even due back, sorry, Martin.
No, go on, mate.
I was just going to say, are any due back for next week, second leg, or are they all still out? All the defenders.
No, like, I mean, we're expecting most likely Rudiger should be maybe fit for the next leg, but
okay.
Not sure exactly.
Right.
But that's just the hope that Rudiger will be available for the leg for the game in Madrid. Okay. But because the problem is that like our right back Dani Carvajal has an ACL, Militao has an ACL, and David Alaba has been out with an ACL for more than.
They've got two, Tone. We're complaining about one. They've got two.
We love complaining. We love it.
It's been crazy, honestly. Like the way we've been unfortunate with injuries. Even last year as well, we were unfortunate with injuries, but at least we had some players to fit in here and there. But we had players leave in the summer and we didn't replace them, similar to what you guys also choose not to replace certain players as well. So like I think we overestimated some things and that led to a lot of problems. But I was actually saying to Big Steve, about Jeremy Doku. Like I feel like Doku's decision making might still be poor, but I really fear that guy. I would not lie to you, because I feel like, having Jeremy Doku isolated against our fullbacks, he's going to leave them on toast, honestly. But of course, the problem about him is also about that decision making. Like that's where he's always down. But I do hope, I hope he's fit, but he doesn't play tomorrow, so like his fitness, can start after you guys are out of the Champions League, and he can continue from there.
Saving you for the Bernabeu next week. Well, speaking of that, brings us nice on. I found this was Spartacus's comment, but Ed's brought it up. So thoughts on Valverde versus Savio. I think the meaning, because is Valverde good enough at right back to take on an informed Savio?
Man, I think it's going to be difficult, man. I think it's going to be difficult for Federico Valverde because, generally, like what's usually happened for us is that, like with the right back or the left back position, we've always had, the midfielders, kind of like sub in, or rather, let's say, complement the fullbacks. And Valverde was the guy who was complementing the fullbacks. So now if Valverde is the fullback himself, then there is no one to provide him that support. So I kind of feel like it's going to be quite difficult. And especially when you consider that, Oscar Guardiola is playing, I don't know what he's playing like, but the man is possessed, like he's playing like a man. I think I think arguably he's the best player for City this season, at least in the games I have seen. Like he's been playing really, really well. Like he's playing like a possessed man. So, it's going to be not just exactly.
Since he's gone to the left wing, he's found his form for me. Really has stepped the game up.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like, it's not going to just be, Savio against Fede Valverde. Now it's going to be, the double threat of, both the winger and the fullback, and, the lack that we have of the midfielders are going to cover that. So I think it's going to be a really big problem. Honestly, I do think if you guys can get your attackers, your wingers 1v1 against our fullbacks, it's going to be a lot of problem. However, I do think that we're going to go to the Etihad playing in a very low and compact way, such that we do not expose the defenders into such situations.
Yeah. Well, Ancelotti's smart and he'll play the smart game, which is exactly that. But the fullbacks, not the fullbacks. It depends who City put out wide, because my worry is he'll put Bernardo out on the right, which Bernardo's a terrific player, but he's not a right winger, and I'm praying we don't see him out on the right, because it's, to me, if he does, it's a wasted opportunity. Because I think whoever your left back will be will take relative easy care of Bernardo if Bernardo's out on the right. So I think if Pep goes Doku Savinho, then I think there could be problems then for Real Madrid. It depends, because that is a risk as well, because neither of them like tracking back, and obviously Bernardo does, and maybe a Jack Grealish does. Someone's mentioned in the chat about Grealish starting. I really do know. It's really tricky to know who he's going to go with tomorrow. I'm fairly sure Savinho will start. I don't think Doku will, but I think Savinho will.
Actually, Tony, I do think Bernardo's stats on you guys is right, because the reason for that is I think he's going to try to negate the left of our side. Like he's going to try to negate the Vinicius Junior, and because for me, whenever we played City, Walker was the guy I always dreaded in those games. Because why? Walker was the only guy I saw in European football that was able to battle Vinicius Junior 1v1, no fouls, no trash talking, nothing. Just play ball, just play football. Like proper football. I mean, who the best player should win this duel? That's that, because I mean, with Vinicius Junior, honestly, like throughout the games we've seen, what happens is either people talk to him, trash talk him, or like get him sent off, like kick him and stuff like that. But with Walker, honestly, I respected that it was a proper duel. It was a proper battle, and Walker was the only one who was able to thwart Vinicius Junior. Now with the absence of Kyle Walker, I kind of feel like it's Christmas for Vinicius Junior. I hope he can he can like get cash on that more or less. But I do think Bernardo Silva is that one player also that can help whoever is going to play as your right back. That I think maybe that might be something I might play in Pep's mind as well, that we need to find a way to negate that left of Real Madrid. And I do think Bernardo Silva, and honestly, like historically, Bernardo has always been good against us. He's always been very good against Real Madrid.
Yeah.
I would certainly play Bernardo. I just don't particularly like him out on the right. But I get your point about with the right-hand side, and there could be a possible issue there. Like if we had Walker, well, a prime Walker, not this season's Walker, bloody hell no, but a prime Walker there, I wouldn't be. so fussed with that. But I think I'm hoping Bernardo plays in the middle and can help out on the right hand side, sort of come out to the right. But if Bernardo starts, because I think Kovacic will start because he had a complete rest at the weekend, so I think that points to Kovacic starting. And then if Nico Gonzalez starts, that's your three. Which then where's De Bruyne playing? Where's Foden playing? Where's Marmoush playing? Where's Savinho playing? And these are nice headaches to have. We're saying this like I'm saying this like it's a bad thing. It's definitely not. But I think I don't want to see City going into this game, and I don't know if Martin agrees as a City fan, with Bernardo out on the right, with Kovacic in the middle, with not Gundo. I love Gundo for what he's done with us, but he if I see that bloody midfield of Kovacic, Bernardo out on the right and Gundo in the middle, I think I might cry. Please no.
Sorry, I was just citing something. I don't know why Steve Black's been blocked. That's weird. Please do not unblock Steve. Do not block Steve Black. He's one of the good ones. Please don't. We do allow a bit of banter in, so apologise, Steve, for how that's happened. Just on that, I've sorted that out. Let me just get that up. I tend to give it for a Doku. See, I think Doku more for the second leg, because I think it is. I'm going to say something very weird now. I don't think, and I've made 3 11s, and 2 of them don't have Phil Foden in. Because I've sat on that then told, are you playing Mamouche, KDB, and Foden and dropping one of your wingers?
No.
So you're dropping because it's KDB or Foden who goes out tomorrow.
I would start. Phil Foden will be the first name in that 3 behind Haaland. He is the one who will most definitely, in my view, should and will likely be playing. De Bruyne, not so sure. But Foden right now starts above De Bruyne and anyone else in that spot. I know people go, oh, Foden's been shit this season. Well, actually, he hasn't been the last couple of months. He's picked up. He wasn't great a couple of games ago. I can't recall who it was against now, but neither was anyone. Oh, Arsenal. Yeah, the Arsenal game. And nobody played particularly well, bar Guardiola maybe. No, absolutely. If I've done 3 11s, Foden's in every one. I said this on the thing. He was getting criticised a lot on another channel. I said, nope, Foden's one of the first names on the team sheet, in my opinion.
Yeah, actually, I kind of feel that way as well. I do feel like, like in my opinion, at least, like if I were, in the City side, I feel like, Kevin De Bruyne is someone that can have a lot of impact in the game in the second half, because we know that if you've seen the 2 games Real Madrid have played at the Etihad in the last 2 seasons, we've played a very low block. So you will need someone to, in the second half when these guys are having tired, like someone that can able to pick the pass. And I do think Kevin De Bruyne will be that. You play the first half, with Foden running around trying to exploit the space, trying to get legs tired and all and that, and then you bring on Kevin De Bruyne, the experience, the calm head, and the lock, or rather the key to the lock, could be something interesting to explore.
Yeah, that's a fair shout. But yeah, Foden's got to start. I mean, if it's a straight up thing, this is the problem with De Bruyne. De Bruyne, in my view, is the best player we've ever had. And he's a match winner on his own. We've seen him when he's at his best, but he's unfortunately he's not at his best, and his best may now be, like you mentioned, about a second half, 35 minutes, which is frustrating to say it. And I hope I'm wrong, and I hope he starts tomorrow and he's absolutely amazing and all the rest of it. But this is where the concern comes with his contract as well, with the 400 plus a week for a guy that's not. Excuse me. There was a time recently where I think he only started 1 game in 10 days or something, because people were like, oh, we can only do 1 game a week, or he can't do Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday. He'd have to do Saturday. But he wasn't even doing that. And he wasn't starting that game. He was starting Saturday, and then you wouldn't see him midweek or the following weekend, which, if De Bruyne can play, and De Bruyne's at his best, De Bruyne plays. right?
Yeah.
If he is the Kev we all, or certainly City fans love, he starts in front of everybody in the 11. He's the first name on the team sheet, but unfortunately, right now, he just is not that player right now. And I think he is more of a second half player for this type of game. But yeah, if it's Foden or KDB, I'd Foden all day long right now.
Can I just say, by the way, I'm going to ask this because Ryan, you were saying if we get beat tomorrow, you'd be Pep out. Why? I'm intrigued to know why you'd be Pep out.
I thought you were asking me. I was going to say,
I'm intrigued. I mean, really, I'm intrigued to where. Look what they did last season. All the players I've forgotten, but I don't understand why you would be Pep out, Ryan. And I find that amazing. I mean, each to their own.
Yeah. We know we lose 6-0 on aggregate. Pep's not going. Whether we want him to, I definitely do.
You know, that's my thing for me at the minute. I don't know what you say. For me, some of our fans are getting a bit like, you know, like I understand Real Madrid. You're a ruthless club, and you're like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like I don't know what it is, but City are not. Anyone who's sort of Pep out at the minute, I'm astonished by. I am honestly astonished by. And then when I say why, they don't know why. They can't give me a reason why. I'm all for opinion, but I go, why do you want Pep out? And they can't tell me why.
But who are you going to get instead of Pep? Who is going to come in that's better than Pep? I always ask the question, well, who do you want? And you can't answer it. So, well, I don't know. Just get Pep out, you know. And it's like, he might, you know, he's the best, certainly manager of this gen and coach of this generation. And I get we've had to City standards, we're not at the races quite. We've had a bit of a down. You know, if we go out to Real Madrid, which is entirely possible, you know, it's not ideal. We're out the title race in the Champions League in February. Not good, but I mean, Christ alive.
It's a rebuild season.
How much credit does a guy need in the bank? I mean, Pep must be literally overflowing with credit. It's just you can't sack a guy 7 months because we've you know, not in the Premier League or Champions League title race after winning 4 straight SUPERCUPs, World Club Cups, Champions Leagues, FA Cups, Community Shields, bloody whatever else, Carabaos. We've won everything multiple times. So yeah. You can probably tell I would not sack Pep.
Pep is unsackable, in my opinion. I feel like their coaches, after a certain point, you can sack them. They only leave by themselves, and I think that's just the point. Like, as you rightly pointed out, like if there's anything as, you know, credit in the bank, you know, Pep literally owns the bank right now because he has so much money. He's the owner.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, that's just it. Like, you know, of course, like you can have a down season after winning 5 and 6. Literally, even, you know, United and Sir Alex did never show this level of domination in the Premier League, you know, and this is just the point. So, like, I mean, you can have an off season. It's there, but you know,
it's a rebuild season, and that's the way I look upon it. Is, and we've got a favourable draw in the FA Cup. Not saying it's easy. Still got to beat them.
They beat Liverpool. Yeah.
But the simple factors of it is, and everyone's entitled to an opinion. Listen, I'm fine. People want Pep out, that's fine, but tell me why. And that's what I'm finding. When you say why, they can't give you an answer other than that we're not winning the league this year. They can't give you an answer. And and listen, I've always said, I don't mind agendas. I don't mind people hating on people. Just own it and be honest.
Yeah, someone did say to me, oh, well, Pellegrini got the sack when he didn't win it. Mancini did, and it's like, yeah, but they didn't win 4 on the bounce. You know, they
never won a treble.
Yeah, or domestic quad, or 100 points, or bloody the best football we've ever seen in this country.
Look at Paul for that. He's never won a treble down there, and he's a Real Madrid fan. He's never won a treble.
That's very fair, man. That's very fair. That's fair. Well, actually, you know, guys, I think for me, the thing with Pep, you know, and City is that if you guys remember with Pellegrini, you guys went to the semi-finals against Real Madrid, and I think it was one of the shittiest semi-finals I've ever seen in my life.
0-0, wasn't
it? Exactly, 0-0, and it was an own goal that literally we scored and we went through and stuff like that. But I do think the point right now you can see is that, like, as I said earlier, like Pep has elevated City to the level whereby people, put respect to the name of Manchester City. You understand? It's no longer, oh, we're gonna go play some teams in Manchester. No, it's like you're going to the Etihad, and like people. I mean, we've played at the Etihad for 4 straight seasons right now. 3 out of those 4 seasons, we literally were camped in our half. When you guys trashed us 4-0, we weren't even camped in our half. We were camped in our 18-yard box. We could not leave the box.
That's
we could not leave the box.
Oh,
That's Real Madrid, the kings of Europe.
Our losses. What losses? What losses are we cutting off? He's rebuilding the squad, Ryan. Come on.
Come on, Ryan. We need to get Fruit back on here. He's great. You rave about Man City more than some of our bloody fans do. We need you on every week.
I mean, we just call it the way we see it, man. Like, we have to put respect to the name, honestly. Like, City has done really, really great in the past couple of years, and they've been a really good rival. And that's the thing I love. Like, I love playing teams, that come to play. You have a fair battle. There is no dirtiness to it. It's just like let the best team win. You go to a penalty.
It's respectable, isn't it? It's respectable.
Exactly.
As I said, this is a real one. The City Real Madrid thing is built on a bit of respect now, because it is becoming a yearly thing.
Yep.
It is becoming annual. We always know, because it's 2 top clubs that are going deep in these competitions for years now. We're not just competing for Champions Leagues. We're competing for Ballon d'Ors. We're competing for Club World Cups now.
Yep.
This is something that, yes, of course, Real Madrid have the history on us. No one's ever denied that. Of course, Real Madrid are a magnificent football club with heritage and history and everything else. But not every, not every Real Madrid fan is as reactionary as you see in the stadium. I know that. I've seen it.
Yep.
Not everyone is there with the white hankies going, get him out the door. They're not. I understand that, but we've just got to relax. City are building this relationship with people now. And
actually, let me just say this, Martin. Like, the point is, you talked about history and all that, but history is past tense, man. I mean, history is yesterday. We have to focus on the today and the now. And as you rightly pointed, like
Real Madrid, you said Man United. You'd have said Man United. History's Man United. That would have been.
Yeah, Liverpool. Yeah.
I mean, this is the point. I mean, honestly, the point is, if you keep citing history, you're going to become like United and Arsenal. That's the thing. You keep citing. I mean, that's what you're going to be. Honestly, that's the thing. Like, you just and the great thing about the rivalry with City is this: like, you're competing with people who want to win stuff. You're competing with people who are like, oh, if you lose against City, okay, City most likely are the winners of the title. If you lose against Real Madrid, Real Madrid are most likely the losers of the title. You're not losing against someone because like they have a scoreboard of, oh yeah, we scored 4 against Real Madrid, to the end. That's just the the whole highlight of their lives. Like that's not the gist here. You understand? Real Madrid, City, like even the Forbes revenue list, Real Madrid number 1, City number 2. You understand? Yeah. We look at the Ballon d'Or, City number 1, Real Madrid number 2. You look at that, as you guys are saying, like there is a competition there that's grown, and whether you like it or not, like you have to show some respect to the opposition as well. Clean, good games, fantastic ties. It is what it is, man.
So on that today, the Real Madrid. I'm going to ask you this by Darcy in a minute. The Real Madrid players came out for training tonight on the Etihad pitch, and they walked around. None of them walked on the badge that's on the floor. As you come out, they all walk around it. There is a respect factor, like I said earlier on. The 20 minutes in these press conferences tonight, they've all waxed lyrical over each other. They've all talked about how they're crap and they're going to get beat by the better team and they're amazing. Yeah. It's literally just been glorified loving this evening from everyone.
But it's respect. That's what we're saying. It's quiet and no one's really biting and having a go at each other because there's respect. It's not just the managers, the fans. It's the players as well. Like you say, they're not
City from 1998 anymore. We know that. We're
God,
now respected and we've earned our way to this top table. We know that.
We're not Man City from 2014 or whatever. We're completely different since Pep's come in. Fruit touched on it earlier. Since Pep's come in, when he joined, he said the mentality's not here. The club's not thinking big enough. The club isn't at that stage. We're at that stage now. And we've been at that stage for years because of Pep and obviously the investment and the type of players that we've got. And now we're at that top table. Like you said, Ballon d'Ors, multiple trophies every year. This is where we're at now. And this is the demands of the club. And Yeah, it's the same at Real Madrid. It's the same with Barcelona, Bayern Munich. All the top teams do it. The only teams, like Man United, who spend £1 billion and are still taking the piss out of other teams, despite being sat in 13th, which is pretty wild to me. You've got £1 billion team in 13th, and they were taking the piss out of us for being 4th. It's like, come on, guys. But yeah, we're up there now. There's no doubt we're on that top table, and that's the respect from both clubs.
Yeah, I do. It's not my first rodeo, mate. Been a City fan for a long time. Different animal under Pep we are. Dash asked, what are you expecting from Madrid tomorrow? Because I was speaking to Mohammed and Jacob earlier, and they were saying, because I basically asked, are you expecting to come at us, or are you going to do what you did last season? And not, when I say this, it's not the way. I don't mean part of the bus as in a Plymouth or an Arsenal part of the bus. I mean, be a little bit more respectful.
You're
no,
one
it's
there,
true though. No, I don't care. It's true though. What are you expecting? Or are you thinking be a bit more conservative tomorrow and go for it in the second leg? Or do you want them to come out from the gate tomorrow and have a go at us? Anyone? Anyone can go with that.
Okay.
What are you expecting?
I mean, for me, actually, tomorrow I'm expecting, to see a very, very, like a low block Real Madrid. We're gonna feast on transitions, because one thing I do think here is that City, in the past, have been very good with the ball retention. You can get the ball off of City, but right now the midfield, Bernardo is not the Bernardo of old. Kovacic is, I don't know, is trying to do something, but he's not at that level. If Nico Gonzalez plays, I don't know, he's untested at this level of football, you understand? So I do feel like there's going to be a lot of turnovers. And at least based on some of the games I've seen for City this season, there is a lot of turnovers. And City seem to be a very fragile team. And also, as I said earlier, they concede 1, they concede 4. They concede 1, they concede 3. It's in short moments. So I do feel like, we're going to have a lot of transitions. And I do think, with our ball-winning midfielders, Camavinga, Bellingham, we might be able to, hit on loose balls or win tackles 50-50s here and there and be able to transit quickly and take advantage of mostly we will focus more on the left side, Kylian Mbappé and Vinicius Junior, to isolate them with either your centre backs or your full backs 1v1. So I do think Real Madrid will hope to feast on the transitions and the loose balls in the middle of the park, hoping to hit on transition and then isolating the defenders 1v1, and then we let the individual brilliance that I talked about earlier shine.
Yeah. What are you expecting from us, Tom? Are you thinking we sit back? Or, because personally, I'm going to be honest with you, I said this earlier on, I think we need to win 3-0 tomorrow to stand a chance.
I think we need to win by at least 2. There's no way we'll sit back. Not a chance. If we were 3-1 up after tomorrow, we still won't sit back at the Bernabeu. It's just not the way we play. Pep goes into every game wanting to win. Sometimes some would say it's a flaw, that he will still play the same way and tell the players to play that way, and we go for games. That is what we do. We keep the ball with the intention of going forward in the end and attacking. We don't keep the ball to just sit there and try and run the clock down from the first minute. It's never going to be that way. If you're 5 up, he's not going to do it. 3 up, 2-1 down, it doesn't matter. We're still going to play the same way. That's what I see anyway. So now I think City will go for the game. I think they will look to try and get a couple of goals lead, which will be difficult, without doubt. We're playing one of the best teams on the planet. So, but that is the way City are built. City under Mancini, for example, were slightly different. He would have us sat back. If you had Mourinho or someone like that in charge, he would have you sat back from the first to the very bloody last minute, no matter what the score is. We're just the opposite of that. We go for games, and most of the time it works out. Some of the times you're banging your head because you're going, if you just bloody well sorted out and sat in a bit, we might have been better off. But we know Pep, we know the way we play, and yeah, we'll be going for the game.
Judge, when is Pep questionable? What do you mean questionable? Constructive criticism, fine. Because I don't know if anyone's seen. Did anyone see the post from his daughter?
No.
His daughter put a post out last week saying that he's on his own at the moment. He's living on his own. Got to remember, Pep's been married for 30-odd years. He's now alone. His children have gone back. His wife's gone back. He's on his own. Probably feels a little bit isolated this year. So, and I've said this, we're in the middle of a rebuild. Things have gone on. If anyone has got credit in the bank and he's allowed a season off, it's Pep Guardiola. But next year, will be very different. When Pep gets questioned, if we're in this position same time next year, then yes, we can start asking questions. And for me, there will just still be minor questions. But right now, no. The guy is literally playing on his own. No, that sounds. The guy is on his own for the first time ever. And when I saw that from his daughter, I went, yeah, the guy's suffering.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no harm in questioning Pep for games.
As a constructive part of you, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He's not perfect. He gets things wrong, as we all do. And let's face it, as soon as that lineup comes out, at least 70% of the people are bloody moaning about the lineup. You know, it's the way it is, and Pep should do this, Pep should do that. Yeah,
I don't really leave after next season.
Yeah.
Why would he rebuild a squad for somebody else to take over Cosmic Bagger?
Yeah.
Why would you spend 700 million to go and somebody else to get the joys of all that?
I thought he had 2 years. 2 years, isn't it, after this summer? Is that wrong?
Yeah. 2 years, 2 and a bit years. See, I'm going to be honest. I think we'll win tomorrow by 3 goals. I think we'll win. But I'm still not sure if that's enough to get us through. What I will always say, and I've said this every single time, I said this last season for on your channel, and I said the first goal is crucial. This first goal tomorrow night is crucial. If City get it and we can make the Etihad rock like it did, not last season, the treble year, it could be a long night. Because what we need is everyone to just, and it would be so typical City to lift it all up tomorrow night and go, right, lads, we're proving everyone wrong. It would just be so us to do it. And then get knocked out by some crap team in the last 32, whatever it is.
Yeah. I hope you're right, but and normally I would say absolutely first goal, but the way City have capitulated at the end of the games, they could be 2 up with 10 minutes to go and lose 4-2 at the moment. They're just absolutely flat out bizarre City right now. And I'm sure this is similar for Real Madrid. They have to get the shit together, City, and they have to get it together right now. Tomorrow for this game, the season starts tomorrow for City. If they have any, they've got to step it up.
Didn't mean it in that way. Pep's alone challenge accepted. I'll sort it. No, Pat'll be upset.
I saw someone had put in the chat something about inviting the physio round, which got deleted fairly quick.
Yeah, so that when I've said alone, I don't mean that. Come on now.
We don't want those rumours flying around again. Bloody hell, we get enough rumours.
Let's go down and see Pep. No, but the thing is, the guy is on his own. You've been married for 30-odd years, and then it's gone. That is huge. That is massive. It really is. But anyway, we're going to wrap it up there because I know Farouk has to go. I'm going to stay on for another 10 minutes just to do the Plymouth, go through the Plymouth stuff. But Farouk, what is your go on? Give us your prediction for tomorrow, and then we'll talk next week about when we know where we're at.
You know, actually, I'm kind of together with Ton on this. Like, Martin was saying, like if City's cost first, and I do think like this is the thing. Like, this both teams like this season have been so unpredictable, so out of character that you don't really know what to expect. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if someone goes 3-0 up and the game ends 4-3 in favor of the other team. Because literally, like as I said, we're playing with a backline that, I mean, I would never have thought, at the beginning of the season will ever, resort to that. You understand? You guys have defenders out, you guys have your stalwart in the middle of the park out, a lot of players out of form and this and that. So I honestly do not know what to expect. But for me, I do think it's going to be a scoring game. I'm expecting to see a 2-2 draw. For this game, I do feel like if we can, come out with a draw of this game, even if we can come out, 1-0 down out of this game, we have a very, very high, chance of eventually, getting the job done in Madrid. But for tomorrow, I'm thinking more of a 2-2 Real Madrid draw.
Okay. And then we'll speak to you next week about next week. I need to know where we're at. Tom, what are you thinking?
I think we'll win 2-1, which will leave that second leg very, very, very tense. I can see us winning. I don't see it being by more than one. Real Madrid are smart. They've been here before. They're not. If they go 2-1 down and there's 10 to go, they're smart and they'll do the things they need to do because they will know 2-1 means nothing when we go back to the Bernabeu. But it will be close. It's going to be really close. I don't see 3+. You're a bloody
I'm going 3-1. I'm going 3-0, 3-1.
You're the real happy clapper. I get the shit for this, and you're the happy clapper. But I'm going 2-1 win.
Listen, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm just gonna. I can't wait. Tomorrow I'm gonna bounce into the place. But Farouk, I just want to say a massive thank you for joining us, mate.
Yeah, top man.
Get over to Let's Be Real podcast 1902. Honestly, top lads over there. I was on there earlier. Big Steve was on there. Farouk's been on. We're not the South Stand. Top, real proper gentleman. It's been a pleasure. People have loved having you on as well, Farouk. So you're always welcome back on, mate. Thank you so much for your time.
Take care.
The channel is down below as well. So that's the Real Madrid section done. What I want to do now, Tone, you can stay on. You got 10 minutes?
Yeah, I've got 10, mate. Half 10.
Let's talk Plymouth. We've got the Green Army. It's the Battle of the Ships.
Yeah. Bring it on. Well,
some won't know what I mean by Battle of the Ships.
No,
Look at the badges. Look at the badges. Battle of the Ships.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there you go.
And they've got a ship on theirs.
Yeah. It's a brilliant draw. With the greatest of respect to Plymouth, he's won 2.
It cost me more money. I'm on the cup scheme, bastards.
Oh no. But it's on paper it's the best tie we could really have had realistically, or one of, and that's great. With the greatest of respect to Plymouth, who thoroughly deserve to beat Liverpool. And I've heard, Liverpool rested people. Well, they spent more on Donkey Darwin than Plymouth has spent in their history. So I'm not throwing out that.
Who the frig's Donkey Darwin?
Oh, Nunes. He is shite, mate. He is utter shit.
I didn't know what he meant by Donkey Darwin, by the way.
Oh yeah, Donkey Darwin Nunes. And they also had, Diaz and whoever else on that team. So I'm not. Van Dijk and all them didn't play. Who cares? Liverpool got zero excuses. You lost the game and Plymouth outplayed you. But yeah, City. It's a good draw on paper. It's a game we should win. It's a game we should be able to rotate if needs be, because we may not need to rotate if we go out. But if we do go through and we get whoever, it's the perfect game to play, the more fringe that we saw against Leyton Orient, although they'll have to play better than they did last weekend. Terrific draw, really good for Plymouth. They'll love the trip up, I'm sure. Make a weekend of it. And yeah, it's going to be a terrific game. It'll probably be on the telly as well, I'd imagine.
And by the way, big up to Plymouth. You know what? They deserve this. This is what they wanted. Because they're not stupid, and I understand. But to me, the FA Cup is very, very open. Very, very open this year. And Pep said, he said, go back to last season. He said on the parade, he said, I promise you we'll win it next year.
Yeah, he did. He actually did.
They want to win this FA Cup.
You look at the teams that are left, Palace, have they won tonight? Crystal Palace? There were 2 up.
They have, yes.
So Palace are good. Villa, Newcastle, Brighton. So one of those will be going out, which is good.
2 now. Yeah. By the way, Adam Wharton ran the show tonight, apparently.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay. Rags, they're shy. Don't care about them.
That didn't sound very. Did they? All right. No interest in that whatsoever. Then.
No. I don't want more.
You can't say that. No, I'm not having this formidable. No, you're not having Pep shit, and then you say slot through it. No, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. You're not giving other managers the off. Come on, formidable.
No. No way they threw it, because you'd have to have all the players tuned in to throw it. No chance. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've just seen it come up.
Sorry, Tom. Leon's
No, that's right.
you DM him on Blue Sky.
What's this DM me, mate? Enjoy. Right. Yes, I will do, Leon. Yeah. All the best, mate. I'll do that after the show. Yeah. So looking at the games, Villa, Newcastle, Brighton. Fulham, because they'll probably beat the Rags. Rags are shite. So Palace are decent. There's no one there you massively fearful of. Villa are going to be. Who's Villa got in the Champ League?
Look,
Hang on, I'll type it in.
I don't know.
They've got. Oh no, are they through? They're not in the playoffs,
that's
so we
right.
don't know. Right, but they're going to have games around that FA Cup. I would guess they're going to be around there, but they've still got Cardiff at home, so they should get through to the quarters. But there's no one in there.
I'll explain later, honestly.
Newcastle worry me a little, just because.
I think you've got Brighton at home, and Brighton's already clipped someone.
Oh yeah, no, Brighton are a very good team. The winner. In fact, I would say the winner of that Newcastle-Brighton game is the biggest concern, because the Rags are shit. Fulham are a bit flaky. Villa are probably going to have Champ League to deal with, and they may start. I'm not sure.
Do you know who I fear?
Yeah,
Palace.
Yeah,
because I look at it. Preston Burnley can win. I mean, by the way, I respect all the teams. Villa, we get them at the air, we can win. Palace, Millwall, fine. United, Fulham, fine with any of them. Newcastle, Brighton, them two toughies. But again, at the AR, I think we'll beat Newcastle next week, because I think Newcastle will have half a mind on Wembley coming up. Bournemouth, Wolves, City, us Plymouth, Forest, Ipswich. I think Forest, because I'm going to be honest with you, I think Forest will drop out of the top 4.
Oh yeah, unfortunately, I think they will, and they don't deserve to. Top 5 this year, isn't it? I really hope they get into the top 5, because they thoroughly deserve it. The only thing is, though, mate, is I always think, yeah, they'll drop out. But who's good enough right now to replace them? Because Spurs Rags are diabolical.
Oh, Echeverry's starting again against Colombia.
Oh, is he? Good. You see, we've got him coming in the next couple of weeks, or a few weeks.
Well, I want to do a show next week with you, Tom. We had a little discussion on WhatsApp last night about this, and we were talking about how the players coming in, and Tom was like, "There's 30 players at the minute," which is right. So I want to have a discussion about who we think could come out, because I think 7 or 8 could end up leaving. But one thing we did look at is there wasn't a lot of money coming back in for any of these players. Because when we looked at the players coming in, was it 8 players we sold? I think it was about 100 million.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 7 or 8.
This is where we ended up going. This is why the academy does get sold, sadly, because it's the way we make our money. Because we keep our mainstay first team players till the end of the contract. Yeah. They go for minimal or for free. We make our money on the kids.
O'Reilly. Yeah,
that's where we make our money, and it will be on YouTube. Yeah. I will say this: Twitter Spaces are on hold for the foreseeable, probably till the end of the season. I'm going to be straight with you, and I'm not saying this to give them attention. I'm saying this because I need people to raise awareness on this. I'm going to do a charity thing in the summer over this. I think awareness needs to come out. I'm going to look for a charity that is be kind and be respectful, find if we can find something to do with it. Because my children got threatened to be killed over the weekend on social media. So when I told everyone my kids were being threatened, I didn't tell you what it was. There was someone was going to come to my house and kill my children. I'm not going to have that in any way. And what people need to do is just be a bit nicer. Just be a bit nicer and a little bit calmer. Yeah. And the scary thing is, people need to just calm themselves down a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this just to give them, I'm saying this to bring awareness in that people need to stop and calm it down. If you see that behavior, get it stopped. Stop it immediately. These are children, they're innocent.
Yeah.
With me, or Tom, we're adults, we can deal with it. Children can't.
Yeah, that's it. And it's similar reasons why I come off X. I won't go into it. And there's a couple of reasons why. And that was roughly the same thing of something I'd had through. I just thought, no, don't need it. And yeah, I'm sorry you've had to go through that. And
no, it's fine. And I've spoken to my other half. We have agreed that the channel will still continue. But she said if something like that keeps going, then we will have another one. But it's not going to. But we're not going to have it. I'm not going to have my children scared.
No, absolutely right. Yeah.
And I'm telling you now, I was saying so X will be used as a DM thing. We can still speak by DM or sharing the shows, but spaces are on hold probably till maybe the summer, and then we'll reevaluate it. Things have got to calm down.
Spaces is the one thing I do miss off there, but we've got plans with.
And by the way, it was done on a space.
What's that?
It was set on a space. And at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. It wasn't done at my silly hours. It was at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Just because City didn't smash Plymouth, Leighton Orient. You just got to chill yourselves out. But there is going to be. I'm going to write up some new guidelines for the channel, which will be put out and put in the description. And if you are not willing to follow the guidelines, you will be dismissed from the channel, which is your channel. When there's going to be no second warnings. If you're a dick, you're gone. Bit of banter, like Steve Black. I apologise for that tonight. I don't know who banned you. Bit of banter from Steve Black's fine. We know Steve Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're exactly formidable. It's disgusting. We're also going to look into Blue Sky as well.
Yeah, well, you're on there, aren't you? You don't use it.
Yes, I am on Blue Sky, but we may start using that more. No, people have just got to relax.
Yeah, but also, it also
relax or get a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Do something.
Yeah. The sad fact is, Martin, you will never clear of them, because when one goes, is this person I think did apparently delete their account or whatever, they pop up on 100 accounts tomorrow. That unfortunately, and you shouldn't have to put up with this, but unfortunately you will always get these people. They're always going to be there, especially on X, where there appears to be no laws anymore. You can throw whatever you want out on there, and Twitter or whoever, I don't give a flying, they don't care. But just to say also on the flip side,
yeah, by the way, it wasn't even on MySpace. Someone asked me that. It wasn't even on MySpace.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was on somebody else's space.
That's even more mad. But
so they're not even coming after him in my own territory. They're coming after him in others. They've got a fixation in me.
Yeah, it's just crazy. But just to say, 99% of people that I encounter as City fans, whether that's at the Etihad, online, wherever, are amazing people, including this chat, which I've said on other shows and everywhere. It's the best chatting community on this chat here.
Kathy, if you can send me details on an email, we'll have a look at that. It is, listen, this season is out of control, and I'll tell you what it is. It's because you're not winning the title. So what? You'll win the title next year. Just chill your beans. We're allowed one season off.
Yeah.
Just had Farrakhan is one of the most sensible Real Madrid fans I've ever listened to. Amazing.
Yeah, top lad. Yeah. I mean, you're
right.
Was
it Lenny naughty? Was it better banter? You blocked him.
Who blocked who? I missed that.
I think Lenny blocked him with a better banter.
Oh, right. Oh, God. Yeah, I can't remember what I was going to say now. But yeah, I think not winning the title this season will do a good. Give them a good reality check. This season has been vile for the sort of stuff.
Some of these need a good slap, not a reality check. They need a slap.
Yeah, but they're hidden.
Slap by the mums and dads enough.
Yeah, they're never going to say it to your face or my face or whoever's face, and that's the world we live in at the moment. If City were top of 20 points,
one of my children, Jesus, they won't say out to him. Anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to end in a minute. Man, thank you for renewing for a 19th month. So kind of you. Thank you so much. Sean has renewed for a 16th month. Thank you so much. And Aaron the Brit has renewed for a 5th month. Thank you so much. Really, really do appreciate that. Absolute solid, every single one of you. And you know what that means?
More than you believe. More than you believe, I'm happy.
Anyway, that's the end of the show. Big up Toll. We're going to try and get Toll on. There are plans in the work, but Fee can't move her ass out of gear at the minute.
Oh, dear. Oh, she won't be happy being played.
She's gone now, that's why I can say it.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Me, Fee and Tone are having a phone call next week, hopefully. So keep an eye on, because, yeah, Spaces may have gone, but something else might be coming to replace it that can be controlled.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. That is all I'm going to say.
And it will be in association with the Mancunian way, so we can make the ka-ching. I haven't told Tone yet. I'm joking.
You haven't forgiven me for the monetisation of the Spaces.
I'm like, you bastard, I'll get you back now. Let's go.
We'll chat about all that. We'll see who does all that and all that thing.
No, I might as well Tone. I'll tell him I don't mind.
Yeah,
you want. We're looking at starting a new podcast, not in competition with anyone, but we're going to look at doing a weekly podcast.
Yeah, we're not going to be starting it at particular times when other shows go live.
And we're not going to be competing with 9320 or anything like that.
No.
It's not about that. It's just a different one. It's going to be literally once a week, and it'll be audio. So that's why.
Yeah, we've got some stuff to do to get that sorted, and Fee's got some really, really good ideas.
Is it going to be a podcast where guests can come on?
I think once he's probably settled down, guests will come on. Once we've done a few, got used to it and all that. I'm sure Dash can come on. But it opens up.
Yeah, sorry. I went into Beauty and the Beast then.
A lot of people don't like going on camera, which is fine for various reasons.
Some people like Tom can't be on camera for obvious reasons.
Yeah, no one wants to see this face. And, you know, it's one of them things that, you know, it might help get some people, like some Blues I know, say, oh no, and they loved the Spaces, didn't they, that we used to do?
It won't be at 5 a.m.
Jesus Christ, no. We can make them go live. Schedule them for 5.
At training. Yes, there will be. Well, we might do it. Might be part of the membership incentive. Thoughts on Biana at training ground?
Yeah, great. Well, he started. I know the narrative.
I told you he started months ago, and you told me no, he's not. And I went, he started ages ago, and you went, no, he's not.
Yeah, that's because all the reports said he hadn't. So he's definitely there. He's doing his work. I know the official line. It's a load of
stood in the city training ground. Of course, he's frigging working there now.
He is
nobody, not here, really.
Yeah. He knows. Viana knows. He would have started his work for the summer, 100%.
Anyway, right. Let's let you know. On Thursday night, we're going to do the 5K giveaway. I know I've delayed it, but now I know Plymouth. We're going to try and give away 2 tickets for the Plymouth game.
Wow, superb.
So on Thursday, we'll do the giveaway for the shirt and the 2. Touch wood if we can get them. The 2 Plymouth Argyle at home tickets. So you have to be available on that certain date. So that's what we'll do. That'll be on Thursday. There may not be a post-match tomorrow. We may move it to Wednesday. It will all depend. If everyone is live at the same time, it becomes pointless. I'd rather push us back a day and rather than try to compete with everybody at the same time.
Yeah.
I know you probably noticed we're not on. We are not South. We are the South Stand. He's not on tomorrow. Apparently, it's going to be moved back to Wednesday. So we may go live after that.
Oh, is that on Wednesday? I don't know if I
believe so. I will have a double check. But we should be live on Wednesday with the post match. We'll try and go. It depends when we get back tomorrow. I'm in the orange car park. But if you are there tomorrow, when you see us, come and say hello. Let me buy you a beer. Come and say hello. It'd be lovely to meet.
I'm going to be going to the Etihad soon, believe it or not. I know, shock horror. I'll be going very soon. I'll let you know.
As long as you leave your dirty curtains, we'll lay it down there.
Hey, I'll get you a nice.
No, I'm not giving away 5k, Lynn. Calm down.
Hey, why not? You tight sod.
5K.
You've made more than that off these bloody spaces that we did. Monetization, $5,000.
I never saw any of that money. You kept all that in your back pocket, you robbing twat. Anyway, we'll come back to the stream again. Looking forward to seeing you both for the game soon. Yeah, I never saw a penny of that. I was cold.
Neither did I.
Take you and your dirty curtain. Hey, use some of that money to buy some new curtains.
I'll tell Marie that.
Don't want to. No. Anyway, I hope you all have a lovely day. Something else. Don't mention your wife and curtains.
Oh,
anyway,
no.
have a lovely
day.
Is LB still alive?
Is LB still alive? Yeah, I think so.
No, he's still alive. Not. He's not. Is he still alive?
Oh,
Don't mean he's dead.
Yeah, he's all
no,
good.
He's finished. Okay, no, we were going to do a raid, but he's there. You go. Terrible decision to play Nico Saturday. We now might not have him for tomorrow. Well, we may do have him for tomorrow, Jack, because he has been training today. Absolutely fine.
Yeah. The problem is if he didn't play that, then goes in against Madrid and he isn't quite at it, everyone goes, he should have played against Leyton Orient to get himself ready.
We can't sit there and go, oh, we're never doing that. Right, he is live on LB, so I'm going to send you all over to LB. More LB.
Say hello to LB.
So send it over. What I want you to do is, because he does this all the time to me, I want you to put in the chat Mancunian Way Raid. Or Mank Way Raid.
Hmm.
I think it's weird that 2 people have unsubscribed since I've said that tonight, isn't it?
What? Which bit? Well, the LB bit?
No, about the nailing down on the trolls.
Oh, right. Oh.
2 people have unsubscribed.
Oh, they bottled it.
Oh, the minerals have gone. The minerals have gone. Right, I am going to send you over when I can find it. How do I do it? Customization. Add a redirect. More LB. There it is. Right, this is going to send you straight to more LB. Please put in the chat Mancunian Way Raid, and we'll see you all tomorrow night or Wednesday. Ask Conway and calm down, you. Get on your normal account instead of your holding. No, he wasn't. He was training today.
Yeah,
he was training today.
Yeah, he was full training as well.
He was full training because Simon Majewski had to apologise and say he got it wrong.
Yeah, he was in public training and then the bit after, so he was definitely training.
Anyway, take care all, and we'll see you all tomorrow night. Don't forget, more LB, Mank Way Raid. Take care.